Hi, welcome to Picky Assist. In this video, we are going to demonstrate how to integrate WhatsApp into Trello. Yes, so we will demonstrate how exactly the integration works, what are the benefits. So those who are very new to Trello and WhatsApp integrations can go through the possibilities in our web page. You can see this under the integrations and click on the Trello. An introduction video is been given for those who are very new to Trello, and another video also available here, how to make your Trello board more interactive with the WhatsApp integrations. So there are many use cases which is been covered: e-commerce and customer support, project management, sales and lead nurturing, work from home. So automation features are there. So we will not get into the use cases or how the Trello and WhatsApp can be used, but in this video we will give more focus on how this can be exactly done. Okay, so we can click on the setup guide. So we have a detailed step-by-step instructions available in our blog. So you can get this URL from our website. Then and before we beginning, there should be some basic requirements. That is, you should have a WhatsApp channel enabled in your Picky Assist account. It can be WhatsApp web automations or WhatsApp official account. Then you should be have access to the Picky Assist connector, which is currently in the beta. Then a Trello account, it can be paid or free account. So these are the basic requirements before you get started. And we have demonstrated here few capabilities with the Picky Assist connector. So basically the main six capabilities or possibilities you can achieve with Picky Assist and Trello is automatically send a WhatsApp message to a user when a card is moving from one list to another. So then the second option is the automatically alert an internal user when a card moves to a specific list. When a card moved to like list name completed, send a WhatsApp message to the owner of the card informing the task is done. So these are the different possibilities you can achieve with the Trello. Then whenever an incoming message comes to your WhatsApp number, it can create a new card in a specific list in the board. Then whenever a message incoming message contains certain words help, support, call back, then you can update or you can create a card and update the incoming message as a comment in the card activity. So these are the major use cases, but there are many possibilities you can build with the Picky Assist connector and Trello. Many combination of automations can be achieved. So you can go through. These are the triggers which supports whenever an activity or trigger happens in your Trello board, then these are the triggers which supported, where you can define different actions with the Picky Assist. That is to send a message or to post a message into a group or add specific tag, etc. So whenever the card moves happen, then the card change happens. Then whenever the date happens, then a checklist is being added or removed into the card, or the card content got changed, the descriptions got changed, then a new comment is posted, then someone is mentioned in a card. Then fields like the custom fields, if there are any changes. So custom fields are only for the paid accounts of Trello. So this integration basically works with a Picky Assist connector, and we make use of the inbuilt automation platform of Trello, that is called as Butler. So those who are very new to the Butler, then we have a video here available, then you can play to understand the basic about the Butler, how the automation works. So this how to video have two parts. So the first part is going to be sending an events from Trello to WhatsApp using the Picky Assist connector. So that the events can be when a card is created, send a WhatsApp message. When a card is moved from specific list to another list, then send a WhatsApp message or take different actions. Okay. So then the second part is going to be with the whenever a new message coming to the WhatsApp number, then take an action in the Trello board, like creating a card, adding that incoming message as a comment in a specific card under the activity. Okay, now let's get started with a simple automation. So I just want whenever a new order, whenever a new card is added in the new orders list in my this board, I want to send a WhatsApp message. So here we have to store the WhatsApp mobile number along with the country code somewhere in the card. So we highly recommend to save the mobile number as a title of the card. So when we are creating a card, so always make sure that you enter your mobile number, the WhatsApp number of the customer along with the country code as a title of your card. So this will help you to achieve the automation very easily and interactive way. Even if you have a custom field, still it is possible to make use of your custom field to send the WhatsApp messages, but make sure the WhatsApp number is always added with a country code to work. Even if the number is not added with the country code, and if you are sending to only one country, then there is a workaround available. That means you can able to append the country code manually in our connector. We will show how it can be done. So let's get started. So we will follow this step-by-step instructions, which is right now in on the screen, so that you can also follow very easily. The very first step is to create a connector. Okay, we have a detailed guide how to create a connector. So go to the PickAssist beta platform, then go to the automations, connectors. Then from here you can create a card Trello integration. Okay, now the connector is created. You can see you have got a connector URL. Okay, this is the URL. So this specific URL we need to in the next phase. Then now this step is completed. Now create a automation in Trello Butler. Now we have to move to the Trello. So select the board which you would like to automate. So I am selecting the Trello API board. Now click on this automation. Then rules. Okay, now if you don't have created any rules, you'll get a similar interface. Click on the rule, create rules, then add triggers. So in the triggers, so triggers means at on which condition the Trello should trigger this rule. So we have different triggers available like card move, card changes, dates, card content. So whenever, so these are the different triggers which is available with the Butler automation. So we will just take when a card is added, created. So when a card is created in or when a card is added to the board, so we have the board which is been specified, then you have more advanced features available here, like if the card is created by only specific user, then only this specific rule can be triggered. So a lot of combinations you can try, and here also like a lot many combinations you can try. So we will right now we will use only for this when a card is added to the board. So whenever a new card is added to the board, just click on this add. Now this condition is been added. Okay, you can even add more conditions and edit it any. So now in the actions, now what happened, this is been done. Now in the action we have to select the content, and in the content scroll down, then you will see something like get to post to in the last options. Okay, then here in the URL, so this is the URL which we need. You have to copy this URL and paste it here. Okay, now the URL is been configured. Now we need certain values. That means the card name which we are going to save is in the title, where the mobile number we are going to give in the Trello card as a title. So we need the title. So this is how the values can be passed from the Trello. This is the connecting URL. Now we need the card name. Okay. So the card name need to be passed like the card underscore name is equal to the card name. This can be anything, but this should be same exactly as how it is been shown here. You can see all the supported variables here, which get replaced with the exact value of the card. For an example, the time will get replaced with the exact time during that specific operation. So all these variables you can able to make use based on your requirement. So right now we require the card name only. If you want the card description, card link, card list name, card ID, all these informations you will be able to pass it in the same way. So that is after the question mark. This can be anything based on your references, but after this equal to, then this specific data should be exactly same as the variable which is been published here by the Trello. Okay, so we will just use this option right now. So in the butler we have to, at the end we have to copy and paste this. So always make sure that uh, the value is correct. So we will be getting the card name whenever this specific rule get triggered. Now that's all. Then we can click on this add. Now these conditions also got saved. Now we have the trigger and the actions, so that when a card is added to the board, this will trigger this specific URL, which is the Picky Assist connector URL, and with the information card name and card ID. Let's save this. Okay, now this rule is being created. Now let's test this in our now let's test it in our board. Okay, so let's create a card. I am giving my mobile number. Okay, now a card is created. Now let's see whether we got the event in the Picky Assist platform or not. Yes, we have received the event. You can see we got the event here. The card name is the mobile number and the ID, which is a unique ID which doesn't require, but we need the card name here. This is the mobile number. Now we have this information. So make sure that like we have to do the mapping also. So make sure that if you are adding any more fields, okay, if you are passing any fields under the automations, that these fields, so always come to the Picky Assist and go to the logs and click on the map to remap the structure. So right now we have added only two fields. That's what it is showing, only two fields. If you are going to add more variables here from the Trello, then it will be appear here. So make sure that you click on the map so that the latest structure get synchronized with the Picky Assist platform. Okay, now how to send a message? Now it's very simple. Go to the steps. In the add step, click on add steps, then enable the action, then the action you send message. So we have various actions available, so we will just make it for the send message. Then select the channel. I am using WhatsApp web automation. If you are using any other channel like WhatsApp official, you can select that. Then add the mobile number. So this is the mobile number which need to be added. So right now I have passed the country code as well. In case if you are not passing the country code, then here you can manually append the country code here. So what will happen? All the numbers will get this specific number you have entered as a country code. But I am skipping here because we have already added the country code. Now this is the attributes which helps you to map the Trello mobile number into the Picky Assist platform. So go to the attributes, then from the this drop down select the Trello integration, where you can able to see the card name which is there in the mobile number is showing. So click on the card name. So that card name got integrated. If you wish to add another numbers here, hard coded informing any other internal team, then here you can add the add manually add the numbers. So before here you can add the prefix as well. Okay. Now whatever the message you want to send, hello, we have received your order. Whatever the informations you would like to add here, you can add, and use this attribute field to personalized. Always make sure that you select the Trello integration and this to send the personalized. So we will just use the card name for the testing purpose. And always ensure that after you update this all with the variables, make sure that the action is turned on, and click on save. So now what happened, the structure got mapped, and when right now whenever we create a card, so let me delete this card here. So now if I create another card here, now we can see that we got the request here, and at the same time I got the message as well. You can see this is the message which I got. So this is how the Butler and Picky Assist connector works together. So you can create more steps if you would like to send more messages, more filters. You have the options to filter with different condition, like only when certain specific user did the action you want to send the message. So all those automations can be achieved using the filter. If you want to delay, or if you want to post the automation, or if you want to post or schedule the message in a later stage, then you can make use of the delay feature. So we have a detailed video for all these different features in the connector. So this is how the in this way you will be able to create more automations. So if you are creating more automations, so always make sure that you create a specific automation for one event. Right now we created one automation here for the card moving. Okay. So if you want a comment to be added, similarly repeat the step by creating more rules. But if you are creating any other automation, so make sure that you are creating more connector URL here. Based on that, you will be able to you have a better control. That means each event in the Trello you can create different connectors. We have learned now how to create a automation from Trello to WhatsApp. Now we have to do it opposite, that is from WhatsApp to Trello. For that, we can start following the steps mentioned in our blog. So it is possible to create a card or adding a comments in Trello whenever an incoming WhatsApp message comes. Okay. So we make use of Picky Assist connector HTTP request platform to do these automations. So the very first step here is to generate the API token from your Trello account. So we need the API key and a token. So one point here you need to keep in mind, like if you are generating the API token from your account, okay, you may have many other team members as well in your account. So whenever the system automatically create a card or add a comments, your name is going to be appear or show everywhere. Like for an example, if you click here, this is the activity. In the activity it shows Picky Assist name because the card is been added by the Picky Assist, but in fact the card is added by the system. But why it is showing as Picky Assist? Because you have used your API token to authenticate the request. In case if you want to track these comments separately, then we recommend to create a new user in your Trello account. Then use that user API key and token to authenticate with the Picky Assist platform. All right. So just keep this in mind. To generate API a key, make sure that you are logged in your Trello account with the user permission. Then click on this URL. So this will show you your API key. So this is just the API key. We need the token as well. So click on this token, which generates a token. So you have to allow, then it shows you a token. So we have to copy the both here and save into a file here. So this is the API key. Then we have a token as well. So let's copy and paste because we need this in our next step. Now we have the first step completed, that is generating API key and token. Then moving into our second step is finding Trello board ID and list ID. So what is Trello board ID and list ID? Each board in the Trello have a unique ID, and each list also have a unique ID. For example, new order accepted. Like if you are changing the list name, the ID won't get changed. So we need to make sure that we do the automation based on the IDs, not based on the name of the list or board, because there is a possibility it can change. Okay, so how to get the Trello board and ID? It's very easy. You have to just go to your Trello board URL, and at the end just type .json. Now you will see something like this. Don't worry about the code. You don't need to you don't need to do anything. You just need to copy and paste here. Now scroll down. Then there is a URL which is been given. You just click on this URL and simply copy the entire content from here to this text area. Then click on get details. Now this fetch the Trello board, that is Trello API, which is a board. This is my board name and this is the ID. So we need this as well. So just copy this and Trello board ID. Now we need the list ID as well. So these are the list which are available in this specific board. So we got the unique ID for all this list. So I want to add a new card whenever a new WhatsApp message comes. So I will be taking the new orders ID. Okay, so that's all we need. Now we have completed the second step as well. Now we will move to the third step. Third step is to create another connector, because we have created a connector earlier for inbound events, that is from Trello to WhatsApp. Now we are going to push from Picky Assist or WhatsApp to Trello. So go to Picky Assist platform, create a new connector, WhatsApp to Trello. You can give any name. We got the connecting URL here, which is similar to how we got for our last step. Now what is the next step? Next step is to create a webhook in the Picky Assist platform. There are two ways you can do this. That is, if you would like to send all the incoming message to Trello, that means whenever a new message comes, then you have to set up the connecting URL in the global webhook of the Picky Assist platform. If you want to conditionally send or create cards or add comments into the Trello platform, then you have to make use of the Picky Assist Smart Reply where the smart action. So we will demonstrate both cases. So if you want all the message to be sent to the Trello along with the options to create cards, then go to settings, then from the webhook, this is the global webhook, you have to set this specific URL. You have to uh, okay, we have used the same. So this is the URL which need to be copied and set it here. Make sure the push data in JSON format is ready and submit. That's it. So in this case, what happened, all the message coming to your Picky Assist platform in the WhatsApp will be pushed to the Trello, and if no card is found, then it will automatically create a new card which is specified in our automations that we are going to do. Okay, now if you want to do it with a specific keywords only, then we have to make use of the smart replace. You can go to the smart replace, then we can create a card named Trello test from Trello. Then click on actions, then here you will be able to find route to connector. Select the connector. This is what we created. The name was WhatsApp to Trello, so WhatsApp to Trello, save. So what happened now, save this. So whenever the keyword matches Trello test, so this will immediately send a reply back to the user. This can be kept at empty as well, and it will take the actions of sending the informations to this particular connector. Now, okay, we have the keyword setup and the action as well setup. Okay, so whenever this keyword match, this action get triggered. So one of the advantages for one of the disadvantages for this setup is that if a specific user is in a smart reply, enter into a smart reply and later hand over to a human which is there in the Picky Assist Teambox platform. Okay, so if a specific contact is in the Teambox platform under the open chats, then the smart reply don't get triggered to avoid multiple messages, that is from the smart replies and the human. So in those scenarios, these automations won't trigger, and as a result, the card or comment may not update in the Trello. So it depends on your use cases how you would like to use. If you want to conditionally add the card, only certain keywords are matching like callback, help, then this is very useful. If you want to add all the incoming messages and you want to your Trello, then you need to make use of the global webhook which I have demonstrated. Okay, now we will keep this global this smart reply for testing the entire process. So now we have to send a keyword that is Trello test to the connected WhatsApp number. So we are going to set Trello test. Okay, now we got this message as well, testing test from Trello. At the same time, the connector also now might have mapped. Just go and refresh here. You can see that it is got mapped. So we have received the event from the Picky Assist here. And this event contains the number, message, and all those informations questions. So we need the two field, the number and the message in. These are the two data which we are required here. Now we have to set up a steps. So this step is now completed, that is create global webhook or smart reply. Right now we have used smart replies, but you can use the global webhook as well, same by following the same steps. Just copy the connecting URL and put it in the global webhook under the Picky Assist platform. Now the fifth step here involved is setting up connector HTTP request. Now we have the request coming to this specific connector. Now we have to push this request to the Trello. For doing that, create a step, then action. In the action, select search for HTTP request. Okay, now we have to click on configure, and here we can give a request name, create no card. Now always make sure that the method should be post. We have demonstrate here the method should be post, and this is the URL which you need to be used here. Just copy this URL and paste it here under the URL. Then so any name you can give. Make sure the method is post. There are other methods available, but make sure it is post. Then click on the body option. So in the body option, select the body type as query string or form data. Then you will be able to see something like this, okay, in the key. Now here we need, these are the variables. Now we have generated API key, API token, board ID, list ID, and these four fields we have already generated and kept it here. So we need to copy this API key variable and put it here. Then what is the API key? Now we have this API key. Just paste this API key here. Then add another data. So what is the next field is API token. Then we can just add the API token. Take this API token. Then add one more row, which is board ID. So board ID which we have taken, the Trello board ID. Now we need the list ID, that is to which list the card should be added if not found. Okay, so we have now you can see another three field as well, the number, message and media. So this also need to be mapped because we are going to create the card with the number and messages. Number as the card title, the WhatsApp number as the card title. So here create number. Now in the number we have to map it dynamically because there is a possibility it always changed, right? So whenever you want to make anything dynamically mapped, then you use this options. Now select, then WhatsApp to Trello, then click on number. Oh sorry, it got in the wrong place. Okay, okay, number, WhatsApp to Trello, then the number. Okay, then we need one more field, that is message, because the message also need to be passed to the Trello. Now go to then the message in. Okay, it got added in the wrong place. Message in. Okay, now if you wish to add the incoming media as well into your card, then you have the options to add the media as well. Right now we are skipping the media, so we have now the structure ready. So here we have given a name, then the method is post, then the URL which we have copy from this. Always use this URL here. Then we have selected query string form data under the body, then API key, API token and board ID we have appended, and the number and message we have mapped dynamically. So that's all. Now we have to save this HTTP request. You can see something like that. Make sure something like this, and make sure the action is turned on and click on save. Okay, now let's test. Now let me delete this data. Okay, I have deleted now. Now let's test this. Now for testing this, we have the setup ready. That is, whenever a message comes, then it takes an action here. You can right now the action is to add a new card, okay, into this list. So for testing this, let's test from Trello. Okay. You can see that a new card is added here. Now the card description is that the first description is going to be test from Trello. Like if you send more messages, then it will be added as an activity here. If the customer, because right now we have configured into the smart replace, so that it sends only if the specific comment got added. So I will just test one more comment here. Call back Trello, then add action. Same action, I can configure route to connector, select the connector, WhatsApp to Trello, save. You will receive call back. Okay. Now call back Trello. If you send call back Trello, so the you can see that the card got updated with the callback Trello. So if you want to send all the messages, then don't configure with the smart replies. Instead of configure into the URL need to be configured. That means the connector URL need to be configured to the global webhook under the settings. You have the webhook, and here you need to configure the connector URL. In this case, all the incoming messages will be routed to the connector, irrespective of whether it is active in the Teambox or not. Okay, now we have completed the process. So just to ensure that the title again here, because how the system works is that the system look for the duplicate cards and append the cards. So whenever a new message comes, the system will check whether this particular number is there in any of this board, in anywhere in the card. Okay, it will even check for the archive cards, so make sure that you are deleting it, not just to archiving the card. Okay, so it will go and check if the card is found, then it will add the comment, the incoming message as a comment in the activity flag. If the card is not found with this mobile number, then then the system will automatically create a card. So this is how the Trello and WhatsApp integration work. You can always try many possibilities using many automation patterns, using the Picky Assist connector, different features, and as well as the Trello Butler automations, different features. Both have combined with many features together, which can address almost all the use cases. Now, if you want to send a message automatically when someone types here, or a specific user types here, or when a comment contains certain keywords, then just do the same steps what exactly we did earlier. Go to the automations, create a rule, then create a connector and configure the rule. So same way you can achieve any kind of the trigger. You have to just card content and then select when the name of the card, or when anything, the description, name, comments. When a comment is starting with all these combinations, you can add. Then whenever a card specific command or activity is added, then only the trigger will happen, and as a result one or many WhatsApp message can be sent. Even you can add users into a group, or you can inform your customers who are in a group about a progress of specific process, if you are managing any kind of a project management with a Trello. Okay, so that's all for now. You can go through the step-by-step instructions here, which we have mentioned in this guide, and you can follow the side-by-side video and the configuration easily. In case if you have any doubts, then kindly reach to us through the chat support, or just send an email to support@pickassist.com. Have a good day. Thank you.